What is going on, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me for some more Valheim. And today we are going to be going over some window designs and tips and tricks. But first, if you're new here, please do consider subscribing and of course smashing that like button so your boy can get a little promotion. And with no further ado, let us begin. So for all these window designs today, I'm going to be using a 2 meter by 2 meter square window, and of course they can all be expanded on and made taller or wider or whatever you need, but to keep it simple, I'll just keep it 2 by 2. So of course I'm going to go ahead and just put a little border trim around the window, and there's a trick to get us some extra definition out of our trim. I'll show you that in a minute. And we're just going to put a little overhang board right here, and this just kind of adds a little more depth to all the basic window seals. Now in my last build video when I did the brewery and the ultimate kitchens, y'all see me use the fences like this to create a kind of window pane, which is nice, rustic, simple, easy to do when you're first starting out. And then as you move up, you'll probably start doing just iron windows, and these don't look bad, and you can always lace some Certlin trophies in there to make some fire, and they even look good with shutters. So this is all just real basic stuff right here. Now we will get a little more advanced here in a second, but just a reminder that you can go simple like that and it still looks good. So also, to add definition, this is going to be just a normal cross T window right here. Now if we want to raise this off the wall, you see how it's all just kind of sucked to it right now. To add a little more depth to it, we're going to destroy these boards right here on the side, and like so. And then we're going to grab our 2 meter board, and we're going to hold free place and just come off a little bit like so. So you could even add it a little more. You don't want to go a full board off like we did with the bottom, because it's too much. But this looks legit if you come off just like a half a board, maybe even just a quarter board, and make it stick up a few inches. Boom, and there we have it. And of course, if you leave the T alone, it'll be sucked into the window, and that looks way better than it all just flat. And of course you could always throw an X in there too to make, if you wanted to be different. Now moving on to some of the 2 and 3 pane like jutted out window additions. I know y'all have seen me do some of these, but I'm going to show you how you can kind of do several different designs and go a little more in depth today on it. So as you can see, I just tilted off 1 or 2 off of either side with the 1 meter boards, and now I am placing a post in the center. That way we can clip this almost perfectly. Boom. And this is going to allow us to have a perfectly little 3 pane window off of a 2 by 2 square window. Now for anybody who's tried this before, you'll know how tedious that is to get the block right there just right. You gotta, and there's multiple snap points up there, so you gotta be careful of which snap point you're grabbing to, otherwise your window panes will kind of stick out over the window frame itself. So just be wary of that. And if you don't like how things are clipping, you can always just realign, set it again, you know, and get it to where everything lines up better. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt, sometimes you get it first try. And as you can see, I just put a little holder board right there in the center window. That way we can get a good railing up top. And then it's on to fill in the windows with whatever you want. Now using this right here, using the dark wood looks good. And then of course you have your nice window seal on the inside that you can put in, and you can decorate as well with daggers, bowls, cups, and stuff. That's my favorite thing about these jutted out windows, is that from the inside it looks really good. As well, it is appealing outside, but it has some use too for decoration for interior as well. And boom, there you have that one. Dark wood looks good. The window panes with iron or glass as well look good too. And you can also put iron and then wrap it with glass if you wanted to do like textured window panes. Now this is the 2 pane window. As you can see, we just went one off either side, and then we can place a board right in the center. You might have to play with it a little bit to get it laid right in there perfect. Boom, boom, just like that. Boom, and it looks good with iron, looks good with glass, looks good with dark wood. That is a super simple, and of course you can put shutters in these too, you know, and if you clip the iron and the shutter just right, you can have nice inlaid texture. And if you want little crosses like you just see me do right there, if it was a little bigger, you can put double shutters and have crosses, but this one's too tight to where the crosses just don't look right. But there you have it. That's a big mistake too, because now you can't open them up. You gotta destroy it. So you can put shutters on there, but it's risky with glass, you know, but it still looks good. I like the iron myself personally, because it clips through like that. Oh yeah, that's the prettiness right there. The little spikes, it clips through so perfectly. It makes a sexy little pattern. You know, that iron and wood is some of the best toys you can have on your house. That's a beautiful window right there. Definitely my favorite. Comment down below, tell me which one y'all like. The dark wood, you can get some cool clipping out of it, but see, they're just, I don't know, looks tacky. It looks like a kindergartner painted on there with black crayons. But moving on, and now this is still a 2x2 square window, but it is inverted. Now you could build a window frame inside of this. So if we come off 1 meter by 1 meter, and then we use our 1 meter little boards again to go off top and bottom of our little corner posts, and then we can use our 2 meters. Boom! You can inlay windows into the diamonds, and of course, you know, stick it off a little bit. Add our extra depth to our window pane. Hoorah! Oh yeah, looks good, looks good. Too easy. See, once you get the hang of it, I mean, it's such a simple trick. To not do it would be silly. There you have it. And then you could do all of those windows inside of this one window pane, and it looks good. And you got to remember, all this stuff will be repeated and mirrored all around your house. So if you did a diamond window seal like that and wrapped it around, it would just repeat and mirror and mirror. And as you can see right here, what I did, I just took that window, you build a little X in it, and then you could just knock the 2 corners out. So you would build just like a cross T window, and then just knock whichever 2 corners you want out, and you can have a nice little like inverted infinity symbol right here, and just fill everything in the background with iron. Boom. And that is a beautiful wall window, less functional, more aesthetic. You know, if you do a couple of these stacked on top of each other, it has a really cool mirrored image. I should have done that when I was doing this, but whatever. Hindsight is always 20/20. And then of course you could always border these windows too with 45-degree ladders. Let's not forget this. If you're doing like high windows around the top of your roof, it's nice to have border. All the extra depth up high counts. I've done quite a few tall builds, and if you forget to add a lot of definition up top, you know, just large structures, it'll end up coming out just kind of real sucked together, and you'll be disappointed, I promise. Anybody who's been there, let me know, because I've built some big things and been like, oh man, that doesn't look nowhere near as good as it did in my head. But hey, I could do more. If y'all like this, comment down below, let me know. I will do more, and tell me which one you like the best. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys got something from the video, and I will catch you folks in the next one.